editing done this week, but we're gonna have an open discussion. Let's get the show started. Hey Dominic, how you doing?
Yeah, all
Uh,
right. Yourself?
all right,
How
so
are you traveling?
when the intro was playing, I couldn't. I told you there's a glitch with the EV Mux editor. I could not see anything that
Mm-hmm.
was playing. I could just see us on the camera, and I couldn't hear or see anything. But I could see it that it
Mm-hmm.
was. I have the stream going on my phone. So good evening, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? Welcome to the show. Hope everybody's doing well. So they actually had
Mm-hmm.
um, a town hall just this past week, and I was watching it on YouTube, and I hope that they really
Mm-hmm.
take a little bit of time to fix some of the issues they have with their interface here because it'd be nice to see what was going on the screen. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
So, interesting week. I'll give everybody an update. On Tuesday, I took a slip and fall on my stairs as I was headed out of the house. Then I was laid up pretty much all week. I smacked my arm on the edge of the stair on the way down, and I couldn't lift my left arm. So,
Mm-hmm.
it was a very interesting week, to say the least. My wife really helped a lot, and I appreciate it. Hope everybody's doing good. So let's get in here and say hi to the chat. I know Warren was first. How you doing, Warren? Glad to have you here.
Hi, Warren.
My wife, even though she was second, she's my number one supporter. And we got
Mm-hmm.
Christian in the house. How you doing, Christian?
Christian.
And Bud, he's in the back. He'll be joining us for the chat tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got Angie in the house. How you doing, Angie?
Yep. Hello, Angie.
Yeah. And we got Lee. How you doing, Lee? Glad to have you here.
Hello,
And Bill Walton. How you doing? Glad to have you
Bill
here.
Walton.
And Jim's in the house. He'll be joining us for the chat tonight. Glad to
That's
have you
right.
here. And he is awake. Absolutely. We got W in the house. How you doing? Glad to have you here, Daryl.
Daryl.
And RJ's Ariel. How you doing? This is Ron, right? Yeah. How you doing, Ron? Glad to
Ron.
have you here. Ron Johnson, I think. Yeah. Always posting some fantastic photos. Mickey Moo. How you doing tonight, Mickey Moo?
No.
Glad to have you here. And we got William or Bill from Atlantic Aerials. How you doing? Glad to have you here,
Bill.
Bill. And Andrew's in the house. How you doing, Andrew?
Andrew.
I see Andrew everywhere. He's on everybody's stream. He's like you. We got Brian in the house. How you doing, Brian? Waypoint, New England. Glad to have you. Yeah. And Eric Lipinski. How you doing, Eric? Glad to have you here. And we got little Llama Laura in the house. How you doing? Glad to have you
All
here.
right.
And Steve. How you doing, Steve? Glad to have you here. And we got Angel, the drone guy 42. How you doing? Glad to have you here, brother. And we have a Facebook user. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a nice weekend. Hope you are also. If you want to grant EV Muxer permission so we can see your name, there's a link in the description of the video. It's just a permission to let them see your profile picture and your name, and they'll share it with us. If not, it's all right. Glad to have you here. Yes, I am. It's been a weird week. It's been a difficult week, but I made it work. And Gary, Brant Ariels. How you doing, Gary? Glad to have you here.
Gary.
And Mark White. How you doing, Mark? Glad to have you here. Wow, there's a lot of people in the chat. And David Ross is in the house. He'll be joining us for the chat also. Glad to have you here, Dave. Johnny's Trek. How you doing, Johnny? Glad to have you here. Looks like someone might need a wrench there. I'll get to that in just a few minutes. I make sure everybody has a wrench so you guys can visit each other's channels and get subscribed. And I don't believe I've ever seen Johnny's name on here before. So
I've not seen it.
yeah, I'll give you a wrench in a few moments. And Keith Russell's in the house. How you doing, Keith? Glad to see you. Haven't talked to you in a while. Hope everything's going good. I hope you're having a great new year. It's not new anymore. It goes by so quick. No, man, it's cold. It's really cold. Yeah, I think we got everybody. So thank you everybody for being here. So tonight we're gonna have a bit of a different format. We're just gonna have an open discussion. We're gonna interact with the chat. You guys have things you want to talk about, we can discuss them. I have a couple of topics I want to ask you about and get some input from the community, so we can do that again today. But first, I want to know. I usually ask, but I couldn't tell we were live at first. Here, Dominic, you go flying at all this past couple of weeks?
No, I haven't. Just can't seem to take a trip.
Yeah,
I'm either too early or too late, or something comes up at the same time. So I still need to get out with Brett from Gizmo Drones. He's put out a couple of really absolute awesome videos in the last couple of days. From one was from the Mornington Peninsula, which is a bit too far for me, but another one was at Station Pier, where I
yeah,
was going to go, but something else popped up. I'll spare you the gory details of that episode.
yeah. What's all good? What we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in the people that we have in the back room. I just want to make sure we have everybody in here that we do. Yep, and there we go. We have Jim, David, and Bud. How you guys doing? Glad to have you here.
Good.
Great.
Good, Paul.
Hey, I checked out Johnny Trek's channel already. A lot of good footage, a lot of it from Japan.
Oh,
I've been busy on the second screen over there.
I imagine it would be it'd be incredible to fly in Japan because you get the city flying in the major cities. You get the winter areas, Sapporo and places like that. That'd be pretty cool.
All right, am I back now?
You are
You're
back,
back.
Paul.
You are.
So that's what I'm talking about. It's the studio wants to resync. All of a sudden, all the screens go black. There's no camera feeds for anybody, and so that's part of the issue that I'm dealing with. The interesting part is the people watching will see all the stuff on the screen, and sometimes I won't be able to see it, and it's so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Hmm.
But yeah, so when I showed my video last week, the one my day with Winslow, I go back and I'm watching the chat replay, and someone left a comment that I missed live, and this comment had me rolling laughing. I loved it so much. There was this one right here by Dusty East Coast Girls. Should Ben have been buying scratch offs?
Yep.
I thought that comment was hilarious. I wish I had seen it live. That was great. Yeah, that was good. So who else has been flying this week?
buy Ben a scratch ticket, Paul.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who else has been flying this week? Anybody?
Last flight I did was Friday.
Little
a week
bit.
ago Friday, I flew. That's when I flew Beaver Tail and got those shots over there. Those are really good. I
they
got
were.
low to the water on that one, and boy, it was boiling down there. So that was really that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's the last time I went flying. Also, I went out on it was my Friday, my birthday, the 12th. But I took the adventure with Winslow, and I was short on time. I wanted to have a video done in time for the show, and it's Friday. I haven't even filmed it yet, so I went out and made it happen. And yeah, Ben was happy about it, so that was great.
Well, that's it's better to make a video for Benjamin than you can make one of your own anytime. So
yeah.
Yep.
So let's see what's going on. Oh, hashtag Winslow, Warren says.
Well, I think you got to make. I think you have to make Winslow the official mascot of the show now.
Yeah, maybe.
He's gonna need his own little avatar or something.
I was just gonna say we put him in a little corner down the bottom or something. You're right, Jim. His little avatar, and or we put like just a graphic down the bottom.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. So he says here, Daryl said, flew about 3,000 acres last week. Weather has been a pain, though. Yeah, it's been freezing cold here. Really cold.
3,000 acres, that's a lot.
Yeah, battery life is not a good thing around here at all.
Not lately.
Oh, how you doing, Dano? Glad to have you here.
Dano.
Yeah. Everybody calls you Dano in the comments, and for some reason, I just can't find it in me to type it out. I always call you Dan. I don't know why. Oh, nice. Yeah. The important thing, if you're flying in cold temperatures like that, is to make sure that your batteries are at a good temperature before you take off.
Yes.
And when you launch, let it hover for at least a full minute, because even warm batteries will come down to temperature.
Yeah.
Not just cold batteries come up to temperature. Very important. Let it equal 1 minute out of.
Yeah, that makes sense, Jim. I mean, you let the motors get going a little bit out there because they're not used to this either.
Yeah. It's not even just the motors; it's just the battery. I've been doing a deep dive into battery charging lately.
Yeah. Now, did anybody see the video that was on Facebook? It was somebody with a Nevada that it flew. It was the near flyaway, and it was up 5,400 feet. It just kept going and going and going and going and going.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, these things can only go 1,650 top height. How the hell did it get above 1,650? I'm like, that's crazy.
Hey, Don, how you doing? Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just took off and just never stopped taking off.
It never stopped. At 5,400 feet, I'm like, this is insane. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
I mean,
how many
when
miles?
I was in 5,400 is just
how many feet?
How
many feet are in a mile?
5,200.
5,200.
5,280.
Yeah, 5,280.
About a mile high. Wow.
Yeah.
DJI drones should never do that.
I know, it's amazing. All I'm thinking is that this thing is good. The next thing that I'm going to see is this thing spinning out of control, and that's the end of that. But no, it landed. It actually landed about 1,500 feet away from whoever was flying it, and they retrieved it. And so, pretty amazing.
And then they put a new battery in it, and they launched it again.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
and the battery reading, Jim, showed 0. And this is going on for like 10 minutes, okay? And the battery showing 0. Like before it had gone into that wonky mode, it was at like 49%. So you knew it had power in it,
It was a Monday or a Friday drone. It was not a Wednesday drone. Never buy a Monday or a Friday drone.
And Mark White said right now in Manchester, it's 35 to 70 mile per hour winds and rain.
Manchester, New Hampshire.
I think
Send
me and
it.
Dominic were just
Send
fighting over
it.
the chat.
Wow.
Yeah. I was going to point out something else.
Yep.
No, Manchester in England.
Oh,
UK.
Manchester, England. Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually one of the topics I wanted to discuss tonight is I was curious that in 2024 what drones people were looking forward to being released. Now these can be rumored drones or just something you're hoping for, but for me, I was hoping that DJI would finally make a second FPV drone, but kind of make it more along the lines of an Avata, but without that issue of the maneuverability that people were having with the Avata.
It's funny,
Yeah.
Paul. You and I think alike because my
Hey Ken, how you
my
doing?
response
Again,
would be give me the FPV drone with a Nevada camera, and I'm a happy guy.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I wanted the FPV to have, but
Yeah.
I also would like the ability to uh comfortably. I say comfortably because I haven't flown it myself, but from what people say that when you get low with the drone, it's comfortable and it works really well. And
the
with the
Avata.
FPV, that thing screams. It's
Yeah.
got a lot of power, and getting close to the ground makes you really nervous.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's the only way to fly the Avata is low and fast.
Low and
I
underneath
cruise.
Well,
everything.
I love mine. I
I
love mine.
do a lot of
Oh
stuff
yeah.
with the
Oh hey
Avata,
Ken, how you doing, buddy?
but
Hey.
Good. Good to see you.
Oh,
Then.
Dan doesn't have a.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul, this picture behind me was taken with the Avata. It was in one of the bridges right in Roger Williams Park. I was right at the beginning of it.
that's
Yeah,
a
and I
great
like
shot
actually
too.
what you incorporate because you don't necessarily take photography with it. You screen capture things that you catch, and which
He does.
gives that
Right.
nice skewed horizon for some
Yeah.
shots. I
Ted.
like what you do
Ted.
there.
Thanks.
The only thing that bothers me
Ted,
with the Avata is you need filters with it because a lot of times that camera seems really overexposed.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
a
leave it
pretty.
automatic,
I keep a
Yeah.
leave it on
CPL.
auto.
I
Yeah.
keep a CPL on mine. It's more of like a lens protector than anything, but I also do have a filter kit for mine as well.
I have a filter kit. I got to try just a light filter. I think the next time I fly on a sunny day.
I mean, I
I'm
don't know
trying
about
to get
anybody
used
else,
to
but
it.
I
Good
think the
point.
4K 60 video is just unreal. I mean, for me, I
Oh,
mean,
4K 60 is awesome, Ken.
that's
Yeah.
all I
Yeah.
that's all I film with
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
And
That's what I've been
Daryl
shooting.
said that he's looking for Nevada too, so I think we're kind of along the same lines. I want it. I want the Avata. If they come out with another Avata, to be a little more powerful,
Yep.
but have more
Yeah.
maneuverability than whatever that. I can't explain it because I wasn't one that I didn't
It's just
experience it. I
underpowered.
don't have one.
Yeah.
It's
Have
just
you flown?
underpowered, so
Have you
it's
flown the
undermaneuverable.
Avata much, Paul?
I've never flown the Avata. Hi, Steve. How you doing?
Well, then
I've
you
never
I got a
flown.
question.
then you
I
got
got
to
a
come out
question.
and fly one of ours.
Fly mine.
I got a question. So
Hey, Lance.
4K 60. So Ken talks about 4K 60, and yeah, that's great because you can slow it down. But if you're on 4K 30 or less, you get the dual ISO, dual native ISO, which I don't know just how much better that's supposed to be, but it's supposed to be something that it's higher definition if you're in 4K 30 or less.
Yep.
But see, now with mine, I got mine in October of 2023, like a few months after it came out, and I've never done the firmware update because I didn't want to tether my phone, and I also have the goggles V2. I don't have any newer goggles, so I also use my
Yeah, me
goggles
too.
with FPV drones that I build. So I have the it's called the Cadix Vista, and I throw them on my FPV drones. So if I do anything crazy with my firmware update on my Avata, then I can break compatibility with that because I'd have to upgrade my
Yeah.
goggles. Then my goggles
Yeah.
wouldn't be compatible with the Vista. So I can still fly mine with the firmware update that came out just before the phone tethering one. I don't get the
Gotcha.
I don't get the 10-bit color, but
Yeah.
I don't
See,
I don't need that right now.
Now I'm
Yeah,
I'm curious about this. Warren says that he's interested in the Air 3S. Now, why are you interested in the Air 3S? Is my
3.
question. My follow-up question to
It
that
isn't
is,
Air 3S, it's Air 3.
he's talking about what he wants to be released next.
Yep.
So I'm
Yeah.
curious
Oh,
if he
okay.
wants
Yeah.
it to be a 1-inch
Yeah.
sensor. Is that what he's looking for?
That
I
would
think
be
you're
nice.
I think
making a
that's really
comparison
the
to
only
the
thing
Air
you could
2 and
do
the
to
Air
it.
2S.
Yeah, 1-inch
You know?
sensor would be really nice.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know why they didn't. I don't know why they didn't do it in the Air 3. I really don't.
Mm.
Air 3 doesn't have the 1 inch?
No.
Hey, Ted's in the house. How you doing, Ted?
Why?
Hope all
Wow.
is well.
Didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ted. And someone actually, oh yeah, right here, Bill. Bill, I actually have no issue registering my drones. I actually have all my drones, I even registered, I believe, my Mini 2, even though I
Your
didn't have
Mini?
to,
Yeah.
because my Mini 2, because I had prop guards, and as soon as you put accessories on there, you're over 250.
Yeah.
So I actually I'm registered. I register all my drones with the FAA. So no, I'm not interested in a sub 250. Not that there's anything wrong with sub 250 drones. I went from Contixo F24 junk. I won't even call it a pro. It's F24 junk. To a Mini
So
2.
pro.
And I
yeah.
should have went with the Mini 2 first, but I didn't know any better. And I was very impressed with it. Going from what I went to a 4K image was really nice. So no, I'm not interested in a sub 250. I want something with power and maneuverability. Especially for the style of video that I don't make anymore. I
Sure.
just don't have the time to do it.
No.
Yeah.
Answer Ted's question. He wanted something that can lift his camera. Tell him to go look like an M30 or whatever those huge drones are. That.
Oh yeah, people throw on the DSLRs on those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's actually funny. Lance is in the house. How you doing, Lance? And he actually asked me a question. He said, "Are you not a Part
Cadena?
107?"
Oh, yeah.
Nope. I
Hi,
still have
Lance.
not finished my Part 107 course, and I was actually going to bring that up tonight. I wanted
Me
to
neither.
Nope.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention to everybody that who out there is planning on completing their course. I know I'm not the only one who procrastinates. The problem is
I already
when
paid
I have
for it.
yeah.
Yeah, me right here. I got mine
I
from.
already
Oh,
have my
wow.
one.
Drone. Yeah.
I have my 107 already.
And it's a good thing you brought that up because I wanted to bring attention to this. If you look in the featured topics in the group, if you're interested in getting your Part 107, we teamed up with the Pilot Institute, and we had Greg on the show, and he gave the members of the USDS $100 discount. You get a 2-for-1 bundle. You get your Part 107 made easy and drone maneuvers mastery. So I'm going to make sure to
There's
add the link.
plenty of other. He's also got plenty of other free ones that'll go along with anything you buy. I
Yeah.
would like to add with that course. Once you pay for it, you're not restricted to a certain amount of time. You can take a break. You can take a vacation, which is what I did. I'm getting back to it now. I'm restudying again at work. But once you pay for it, you don't have to it's not use it or lose it. You've got it. They're there for you, and you can take as long as you want.
That's cool.
You can take years to do it.
Oh, Chad's in the house. How you doing, Chad? Glad to have you here. And Chris also says that he's interested in the Air 3. So yeah, that's the thing too about Greg. Now this isn't a paid promotion or anything. I'm just telling you from experience that Greg, if you have a question while you're in the course, also he will respond to your emails. You can email him, and you will get a response from him. It's not always immediate. Obviously, he's a busy guy, but you'll get a
Yeah.
response and you can get the help that you need. But the way it's designed is really nice. It's just sometimes you just
Very
start
easy.
getting into things and you get so busy and everything gets on the back burner. And I think this is the year too for me. So I'm glad that he brought that. Lance brought that up because that was a topic I wanted to discuss tonight. So I see 3 on the panel: me and David and Jim. You said you're going to finish this year your course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Bud's like no.
Why thumbs down, Bud?
I'm retired.
Yeah.
It's all the more reason to do it, Bud.
He
You
doesn't
got
want to
the- you got
learn
the time.
anymore.
You got
No.
the time.
No.
We're all getting too old to learn new stuff. Like runway patterns and signs and oh god.
Well,
Well, don't forget METAR.
I'll be honest. I looked at it, and it was I don't even know the term anymore, but the maps for the different airspaces and shit that just went right over my head, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah, it takes a couple
All right,
of times
so
going over that.
and
one.
this is interesting. Gary says Air 3 Pro or Air 3 Cine.
Yes.
Nah.
Well, it would
Well-
have Sin on it.
I actually kind of like that idea if they were putting like
I still want a Bada too.
yeah.
Well, if there is an Avata
Sammy.
2, the one thing I want them to change on the Avata is the location of the SD card.
Yes.
Oh yes.
That couldn't have been.
Yes.
It couldn't have been in a
That's-
worse a worse
Thank
place.
you.
They
That's
couldn't.
horrible.
very common. That's very
They couldn't
common
find another place
with
for it.
whoops.
I mean, come on.
That's horrible.
Oh.
It's
Yep.
super common with whoops though.
On the
Anyone who
side, yeah.
does FPV with whoops, that's common. There's no room to put it. It is where it is. So I
Now-
get that.
They could have changed it though.
Ted says that maybe a drone that can put his mirrorless camera up in the sky could. I'm not sure, but what about the Phantom? Is there a mirrorless camera for the Phantom?
Oh,
I thought it was an
that'd be
air
good.
peak.
There's
Sony
plenty of drones that
Airpeak
can
can
put a
do it.
mirrorless
I'd
camera.
love my
I'll
Nikon
put a
Z7 II
CGI
up there. That'd be
660
great.
or
Good idea, Ted.
Nikon.
Yeah, I'm sure
There's
it's
plenty.
possible. I
Yeah.
don't know about gimbal
Some-
stabilization, but wouldn't that be like? I would think that a Phantom or maybe a Inspire, right? An Inspire would be able to have a
definitely.
mirrorless
No,
camera.
because those are all
it was
hanging
the
cameras.
Sony Airpeak could do that.
If he's got a mirrorless camera, he's talking
gotta
about
go
one
up
that
to
has to
the
be mounted on
M
top.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see some people put
Fishbowl.
GoPros on Avatas. I don't get that, but
Yeah.
Well, blocks your
Michael.
GPS. Trust me, I know.
Well, hey, 5% better image is 5% better image, right?
yeah. But the
To be
weight
honest, I mean, okay, I'm 68 years old. I couldn't tell the difference between the Avata 4K 60 and the GoPro 11
Exactly.
60.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Fishbowl.
Not on the
Michael.
monitors
How you
that
doing?
we're all using right now.
That was the Avata.
Yeah, I hear a lot about this too. That the Air 3 didn't need the Air 3S, the 1-inch sensor, because of stacked backlit sensor on it. I don't really know much about the technology to speak on that. I know that the sensor is good. I think that people come to have those expectations, and they don't sometimes, even though the camera might be better, and I'm not saying whether it is or not, but I think that when you see that, okay, we have a 1-inch sensor on the Air 2S. Now you're going to do an Air 3S or an Air 3, and it's not going to have a 1-inch sensor. The majority of consumers are going to think that they're taking a loss because they're losing something.
I
I'm
heard
not educated enough on the technology to speak on it. I just know that the Air 3 does take phenomenal video.
I've actually heard a lot of people going back to their Air 2S because of that. I don't know. I've never seen anything out of the Air 3, so I have no clue, but that's just what I've been reading and seeing on different forums and stuff.
Yeah.
So
what about this?
don't know.
Anyone flying a FEMI X8 SE?
Nope.
I got to take a break. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me you don't want a Contixo, Chris. You don't want that. No.
Yes.
Actually, I got
Bring
a
it on.
question. I got a question for you guys, and in the chat and stuff. So, I'm not too familiar with the minis at all. So
I got the 3 Pro.
A friend of mine wanted to get into
Me
DJI
too.
for roughly 500 or so, maybe less.
Yep.
So I recommended the Mini 3, just with the RCN one. So I mean, is that decent for him or?
If he's starting off, I think he's decent with it, but he would quickly want to move up to a Pro.
Yeah, I'm not sure though, because he's kind of getting his feet wet with drones, and he sees what I've been doing. But
I agree.
But his budget's kind of
you.
low, so
Yeah.
What's the 4 Pro? 750?
750, I think.
yeah, he was
that's
trying
with
he
the
was,
R1N1.
Yeah.
he was trying to stay within like 400 or 500, so he can't really go higher than that.
Best you're gonna do
unfortunately,
there is a 3 or a Mini 2. That's about as far as you DJ. Yeah.
They still selling the SE?
Mini 2 SE or Mini 2.
Yeah.
I'd probably go a little bit lower
On the
for a
two.
starter.
Yeah, before we continue, can I just interject here? I just want to ask something.
No, you cannot.
Sure that I'm pretty sure that Angie doesn't have to retake the test. Renewing it, she has to take the recurrent test, not the original test.
Correct.
Over, right?
Okay.
Correct.
No matter how much
Recurrent
time
is if you already have your Part 107.
Yes, she said she needs to get hers renewed. Ben slacking, probably have to retake it, but I'm not sure
recurrent.
I don't think there's a time limit. I think you just take the recurrent, right?
Yeah,
That's what I
for me,
know.
I was never notified that I had to. Like, I got mine in August of 2020. So when August of 2022 came around, I never got anything saying, "Hey, don't forget to redo your thing." I actually did it myself, and did the recurrent, and that was pretty much it.
Hey, Justin, how you doing? Justin's in the house.
All right.
And Gary. Oh, sorry. Gary's always in the house.
You're blurred.
Pushing those likes. Dominic, we fighting tonight with these chats. It's all good.
Hey, Paul,
No,
tell everybody that's watching. There's 38 to hit the like button. You only got 4 likes.
no,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
that was
sorry.
when you came in. It's
Click.
up
Now you got
now.
6.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me. I'll have to get out there.
By the way, you're only like 1 second behind from here to YouTube.
Yeah, my upload speeds are pretty good.
Yeah.
But again, there's issues with the server,
Yeah.
the EV server that I wish they would fix. They had a town hall. I watched it, and actually Justin was there also. We were trying to ask him about issues they were having. One of them was if you there were people who would join here on mobile, and they're having an issue I believe not with iPhone, but with the Android. They were
No,
having an issue.
Android, because
Yep, joining.
I've been able to join with an iPhone, so I had no trouble with it.
Hey, Dave,
Yeah.
what's going on over there?
Oh, that's something freaky here. Hold on a second.
It switched
That's
cameras
weird.
on them again.
Trying something new.
I gotta
Yeah.
try something new. Yep.
That's a
It's
lot
getting
of
a
apps.
Switch to the spy camera. Didn't work.
It didn't work. Nope.
There you go.
There we go. Now we're back.
Yeah, but
You know,
yours are still glowing.
I don't live it well. The nearest nuke is New Hampshire, about 100 miles away.
Yep.
I'm
Oh,
not
and
even that far.
yeah, Ron says
All
he's waiting till after April for his 107 because he's moving to North Dakota and I have to change my address. So that's smart. So that actually will give you even more time to prepare. And I wish you the best. And I hope you have a smooth move.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, good luck, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Moving sucks.
Especially to another state or
Oh,
however far
even
that
Yeah,
is.
but that's a
Yeah.
whole new set of flying opportunities. So
True.
Yeah.
You know, what is Don talking about here? Sectionals aren't that hard. You just have to take
charts.
time.
That's the charts.
Can't.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, now that makes sense.
Charts.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's only A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's only like 5 of them. It's not that hard.
I don't like that.
Plus, they ask you a lot about weather too. For my test, there was a lot about METARs and things like that. So
Sorry, 7, not 5.
No,
I misspoke.
God dang it. How do I get rid of that?
yeah. Lance is
you're
correct.
just another brick in the wall, bud.
I just saw
I know,
Lance just said 5% is about drones, which is true.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm flying a drone. Why do I need to know how to land an airplane? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, and I
Yeah,
don't think
runway markings. I don't need
And
runway markings. I can't get near them.
Oh,
yeah. And the test isn't necessarily just about drones because you should
No.
know in
general
general
aeronautics.
your
Yeah.
trust test. You learn what you should and shouldn't do
Yeah.
with the drone. You learn that with your trust test, but it's important to get your 107 that you learn airspace law and regulation.
Right.
And
Exactly.
where
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
about where you can and cannot fly and what conditions you should watch out for.
Yep.
So it's more about education, especially when you're doing it for work. Because I don't know about you, but the majority of us recreational people who fly, I'm pretty sure you could say that we wait for the weather that's right
Oh,
for
yeah.
us. You know, sometimes we go out, there's a little extra wind, we push it, we say, okay, we'll keep it close, see how it goes. But for the most part, we go out to fly recreationally when the weather suits us. People doing this for work, you got to get out there sometimes with your equipment and say, throw it up,
Yep.
unless it's dangerous. But that's where that education comes in, knowing
Yeah.
when is the right and wrong time
Oh,
to fly.
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good point.
Let's see. I know it's whoop, but a little better wind resistance for Avata 2 would be very welcomed. Yeah, and that's what I was talking about
Yeah.
with I'd like it a mix. I like the FPV, but I agree that it's bulky. But for me, it's about the benefits that you get from having it and having it insured. I feel a lot safer than flying a custom, quad,
Yeah. But like
GoPro.
the
Yeah.
the Avata really, I mean, in my opinion, wasn't made for like true FPV, like rolls, flips,
Right.
things and stuff like that. In
No,
fact,
it wasn't made for it. No.
I don't know if you mentioned it before it came on, but there was a big issue when it first came out with
The
if you made like a lot of
yaw
high
washout.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yaw washout.
Mm-hmm.
You could actually get a motor upgrade, but it avoids your warranty.
Yeah.
There's a company that
Yeah.
puts out a motor upgrade for it. That's proven that it works, but if
Yeah.
you want to go ahead and do it,
It also
that's fine,
changes
but-
the frame too, though. That whole motor upgrade goes with a frame change too.
No, not the
No?
ones. No.
Well, you can do the combination. It makes it just that much better.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is a point too. I like
yeah,
that. I was actually
avoids
going to
warranty.
mention. Lance said he puts his Insta360 on his Avata, and I know that Bud has a 360 for the Air 2S. Yeah,
No,
I
I've
want a
done it on the 2 Pro, the Air 2S. Well, the Air 2S is the Spear, but I've
Yeah, I
also
want to
put,
get that for the Air 2.
I
I
put
want to
the
get one of those.
X2 or 360 X2 on top of the Avata, and it flew wonderfully.
Yeah, they're not that heavy. They're not like the GoPros.
No,
No.
Yeah.
and it makes cool video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
That's it.
already am. Listen, I know people will put the GoPro on it, but I think that for what we do, if I don't think that the Avata needs a
The
GoPro
Avata
on top
doesn't
of
need
it.
it, but the FPV, Paul, I would put a GoPro on. I put my 11 on it.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I
and
see
that's the
people
thing, like
doing
I said,
that too.
It's got the
Yeah.
power for it.
It
Yeah.
really does. Yeah, it's got the horsepower. The Avata, I think, not only would be an issue with the power, but the handling, because that camera would be too heavy for it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
And
tweak
back
the
to this
handling
point,
a
I
lot.
want to see them start releasing drones that actually have 360 cameras already built in.
Oh,
to the
yeah.
drone.
They do. They have
Yeah.
those. They've had those for a while,
Mm-hmm.
but people didn't buy them because they were so purpose built. They were only made just for the 360 camera.
Huh.
And it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest. The Insta 360 Sphere on my Air 2S
Mm-hmm.
performs wonderfully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what I want.
now I don't post 360. I re-edit, but God, it's a beautiful camera on that.
Yeah, that the Air 2 is a
Camera, I
great.
guess,
It's a good
whatever.
solid value. It's a solid
Yeah.
value.
Yeah, well, he's got the Air 2S, but the
Right.
camera that he's talking about works for both of them.
Okay.
And that's like, all right, I've got the Air 2. It's very limited compared to the Air 2S.
Mm-hmm.
But with the 360 on it, it's a world of difference of
Big time.
capabilities.
Yeah.
And I seen Dre in the house. How you doing, Dre? Glad to have you here. Yeah, and Johnny Trek says I would like a drone with a 1-inch sensor with an adjustable 1:4 zoom on the same camera, an updated Mavic 2 zoom.
Okay, yeah, that's a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
A visual zoom, that's a big camera. I'd
Yeah,
rather have
if it-
variable aperture than variable zoom.
Yeah, I would too, actually.
Yeah, I would rather have variable aperture.
Not that I've got the experience on it, but
No, but it's a good point though. Good point.
It is, especially if you're looking at longer shots, Jim. You want better focus. You want an aperture controlled camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also helps with picking ND filters when you can vary the aperture.
Exactly.
Yep. You can open it, close it, do whatever you want.
Do whatever you
There's a lot
do. Whatever.
more leeway.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually, Steve, what I will do is I will message you. If I remember, send me a message and ask me for the link, but it's in the featured content. But if you send me a message on Facebook to remind me, I'll send you the link for it.
Oh, and full disclosure, if anybody hasn't seen what Lance does with his Avata, it's crazy. Lance, if you're listening, you do really good stuff with it. So
yeah, he actually posted a link in the chat to a
Did he?
video.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
He does it in manual mode.
360.
Yeah, I do too.
Footage.
I do too, but not as good as him.
Yeah.
I know, but we know who we're talking about, Ken.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Did anyone else hear about this? Unfortunately for iOS users, DJI is going to stop supporting Apple products.
Huh?
No.
No. Really? Wow.
Well, it's all right.
No
All my
way.
controllers are Android, so I'm good.
I thought that was the other way around. I mean,
Yeah.
I see tons of Android people having, crap ton of issues with DJI Fly, especially.
I never have a problem with DJI Fly, and I've got iPhone.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had any problem either.
No.
Huh.
So Steve Hyde, if you want to tag somebody in the chat, you do the @ first, and then you start typing their name. If they're in the chat, if you're on a PC, if they're in the chat, their name will show up. You can
It's
click on
only
it.
on the PC, not on. Yeah.
Now you can still tag them if you're
desktop,
on
not
mobile, but it
mobile.
doesn't work the same way. If you tag
You have
somebody,
to type every letter out.
you have to type out their entire name. It'll highlight it for them. You won't be able to see that you tagged them, but they will see it. But if you're on PC, it's easy. Just do @ and start typing their name, and you'll see.
It'll come up right away. Ashley's didn't come up right away for me. I don't know why.
Yeah, before we continue, I think we'll do the coffee mug giveaway. And again, I feel horrible. I was on my way out the door to ship out the mugs, and I never shipped them out because I hit the steps. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You want to say bye to everybody?
Bye.
Who's leaving?
Take it easy,
Bye,
Ben.
Bye,
Ben.
Be
Ben.
good, buddy.
See you, Ben.
There he
The
is.
kids don't have school tomorrow, so
Why?
Oh, lucky
we're
Ben.
gonna have a late night tonight. Yeah, but I'm gonna do the coffee mug giveaway now.
All right.
Hashtag USDS chat. There we go. I'm seeing it now. There we go. USA only shipping. So what do you guys think? You like that jazz music? Should I keep it or should I switch it up? Yeah. Yeah. And it's not overpowering, right? It's good. Oh yeah, so Bud just said bring back Purple Rain because before the show started, I was playing a video of a guy that does the cover for Purple Rain with a really nice guitar. Yeah. Hey, actually, Bud, I sent you the link. You want to share the link to that video in the chat? Yeah. Yeah. It's if you like Purple Rain or guitar covers, this one was really good. Jim didn't like the guitar, but yeah. Yeah. All right, we have 16 people entered right now. Hashtag USDS in the chat. USA only shipping, please. Hey, Bob Casey, how you doing? And Bob Casey says, why aren't you guys watching these playoff games? Why aren't you watching the playoff games? Well, you are, and you stopped by to say hi. I appreciate it. Good to see you, Bob. So I'm going to let this run for about another minute, and then I'm going to roll it.
Hey, Bob.
Hashtag USDS in the chat. Yeah, I knew you would be, Bob. I knew. Yep. Very interesting year in football this year, I can tell you that. All right, 19 participants. I'm going to roll it now. This is your last chance. And we rolling. Who's going to win today? Who's going to win? And Gary, again. Gary, what do you want to do? Is he going to donate it? Or are we going to... I could do the same thing I did last year. Get it to the South Florida drone meet for you. That was funny. He won a year ago, and I sent it to Captain Ray for him after the South Florida drone meet. All right. Well, you let me know what you want to do, and we're gonna go back to the dynamic chat. Yeah.
I was enjoying that jazz.
Yeah, that jazz
Yeah,
was
me
good
too.
stuff.
That was really good stuff, Paul.
Yeah.
I never say that. I never said. I don't think I've ever said I'm enjoying that jazz, but I did.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sounds good. So it's gonna go to the South Florida drone meet. Sounds good. Got it.
I wish I could go there, but I
Go
can't.
where?
Yeah, sounds like it'd be a fun
So
time.
I'm curious, how
here.
cold is it in Florida right now?
Mud ball. Hey,
I don't care.
Only
It's
a little.
not as cold as up here, so I don't care.
Oh no.
Paul,
Bud, what's going on, brother?
who was the guy with the sunglasses and the slick back hair that used to do his crazy?
Oh, William.
Yeah, where's he been?
Yeah.
So William got a promotion at his job.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just kind of, hear from him now occasionally,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I hope that, there was no pressure on him to feel pressured to have to do that segment. So I hope that, he didn't leave the community or anything because
I
he
hope
felt
he
like he
comes
was
back.
obliged.
Who did the clandestine stuff with the sunglasses and the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I missed that.
Men in Black. Yeah.
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 It's demanding to come up with content for a show every week. And, when you have a busy life, it's Sometimes it's
We'll
just
take them once a
exhausting.
month.
I'm just gonna say it's exhausting sometimes. You know.
It is, yeah.
I mean, the way that he edited those couldn't have been easy. I mean, those are like pro, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah.
hell, just getting up for me is exhausting.
Well, that's funny because Keith asked
Yeah.
that a while ago too. Keith brought that up a little earlier, 11 minutes ago. He said that. Yeah. So
I
I
know when
just
you
hope that he didn't stop showing up in the community because he felt obliged for that segment. Because
Oh,
I
Oh
tried to
no,
always tell him, if you have time to do one, that's great. If you don't, the same thing with Don when Don was doing Fish Eyes
Bug Bowl.
Mailbox.
oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
good.
They need to come back.
That's right.
Well, life comes and it just takes over. Don had his own things he had to work on, and you got to put the things that aren't that important on the back burner, and it happens.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it.
We're
I
on the back.
appreciate it for what it was. I thought Fish Eyes Mailbox was a great segment. I loved it. It was,
Oh yeah.
And the same thing with Visual Line of Sight segment. I loved it too. It was great. But if they're not available to do stuff like that, it's fine. It is what it is.
Even
We
for
were
them to
blessed to have them.
just come in and say hi and whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just let us know you're still alive.
Yeah, and Brian, how you doing, Brian? Glad to have you here. Brian says he needs to dust off his 360.
Yeah.
I got to get one.
So Angie said, I got the pilot test. There were so many runway questions in algebra. I asked them, y'all sure you gave me the right test, and failed it.
Runway.
man.
The airport shit. Why? Why all the
Since when
airport
did
shit?
anybody ever use algebra since high school?
Yep.
What algebra? What the hell?
Yeah.
It's because of the lift ratio and the wing structure and the
And the
all
angle
the
to
different.
pi and
Are they
Yeah.
talking about for a stall? Because drones aren't going to stall like a plane.
No.
No, drones just
No, but
drop.
they don't care if it's
Exactly.
a drone or if it's a remote control plane. If you're flying a remote control plane, you need to know how the wing performs and how it will stall and when it will stall.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
need to know how a plane will stall. So you need to know aerodynamic algebra.
Yeah.
Wind shear, wind drag, all that kind of stuff.
Well, I think it's important
The
information to
mean
know too.
line of the wing and all that shit.
Yeah. I think
hey,
that
no
being able to
swearing.
go out and put something in the air that could potentially really hurt people comes with some responsibility. So it's always good
That's
to
Absolutely.
the
know.
trust test.
Yeah.
That's the trust test. The 107 is so that they know it's not an idiot who's requesting to fly over someone's house near an airport, and it's someone who actually has some smarts.
But people do
the
anyway,
trust test,
which
the
sucks.
trust test, everyone passes the trust test because
Oh,
if you don't pass it, you just take it again. Anyone can do it, but the 107, not everyone can do it. So when it comes to the FAA deciding we're going to allow this person, if they pass the 107, you know what? They're not an idiot. They're not stupid. They're going to do the right thing. There's a lot of people who pass the trust test who still don't do the right thing.
Yeah. And I'm
Oh, wait,
also
I didn't
with
say that.
I'm with Daryl here, by the way. I've used Android with the DJI Fly app. I've never had any issues with Android ever.
No.
Me neither.
And since I moved to the DJI RC, I don't think there's ever a point where I'm going back to using a phone and a controller. I like just having the drone with the battery and the controller and
Yep.
being set up and ready to go.
Yep.
And
It is so fast.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
It's so fast.
Well, and believe it or not, I watched a few videos on this. The time frame between getting a phone set up and taking off really isn't that far off of getting set up with the controller, putting the Wi-Fi on, getting whatever you need to do set. For me, it's just a convenience of not having to do all this stuff. I don't have to. My phone, if I get an important phone call, I can still get it while I'm flying. I don't have to bring a second device. And my phone has the ability to hotspot, so I just turn my hotspot on. That's all I use it for. I use it to bring up the map, make sure that I get a map of the location I'm at. But that's a great thing about the RC is you can pre-cache your maps. You can
Yeah,
get them on
that's
your
what I do.
Wi-Fi at home, go to the area you're going to fly, and pre-cache the map, and then you don't have to worry about that. But I like to make sure I have, because I like to upload my my flight log right away in case something happens to the drone. Then I have immediate access to a flight log.
Yep.
sync to my.
How do you, Paul? How do you find the hot spots in terms of connecting to get permission to fly in a certain area? Like, let's say you're near an airport, you apply, you use an aloft or something like that. Whatever.
I just don't bother trying to fly near airports. I go outside of the because to me, I've never actually had to request clearance to fly. I've had to check off and say I assume responsibility. And
Right, I've done that too.
I've always kept the drone a safe height.
Oh yeah.
Utilized visual observer if
But
I
you've
needed
never
them.
gotten LAANC approval.
Never had to.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a section out in Westerly I'd like to fly over some marsh right in back of Squamicut Beach, and you can't. Nope.
It's too close to the airport. I already done it. I've been there, done that.
You tried even with permission, Ken?
Yep.
Nothing doing, huh?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Because my son plays high school tennis, and one time he played down in Westerly, and I'm like, oh great, I'll come down, I'll watch the game for a bit, and then I'll go to Misquamicut and I'll fly, and nope.
Not happening.
Too close.
Maybe with enough advance notice, like if you were professional doing real estate shoots, they might allow it in a certain window. It'd be tough.
I can tell you on the beach, if you go up a certain way, if you're moving more toward Charlestown than anything else, if you go up there, you can fly, no problem. And if you fly like near Taylor Swift's house, that's okay. And if you,
not that we've done that.
Oh no, I'd fly through a windows.
I don't even know where it is, to be honest with you. I've been to Westerly millions of times. I just don't know where the hell it is.
It's right next,
as far as you can go.
It's right next to the Ocean House, Ken.
As far as you can go.
Big white house with nothing but humongous rocks in front of it, and security everywhere.
Yeah,
and machine guns.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Oh yeah.
So what does this exactly mean?
We'll stick with Jay Leno's house. It's a lot easier.
That's much easier. Jay likes us anyway, so.
Now, what do they mean by third-party app development? Because they wouldn't be considered third-party app development for their.
Well, no, probably like Lychee and the surveying stuff and the waypoint apps, and I forgot the names offhand, but one of them is
maybe
Lychee.
It's just the SDK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully.
All right. See, first of all, where you guys live sucks.
New England.
No silos.
It doesn't. Well, it does kind of, but
kind of has some silos.
You have
you
have coastlines. You have these
lighthouses.
Lighthouses.
Yep.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing?
Because
coastlines.
Bullshit. You need cornfields and
everything.
bean fields for miles that are boring to look at.
You got silos.
Well, Bud, I'm heading out to Kansas City at the end of July, I think, for about a week to visit some friends. So
a lot of wheat for you.
Oh, there's a lot of corn out there too. No matter where you drive outside the city, it's crazy. Yeah. So I'll get some shots just for you.
Thank you.
I like this comment by Don. He says this test is supposed to weed out idiots, but I passed it anyway.
Exactly. You said that?
Don.
I didn't notice that one.
No, I love.
There it is.
I've never, unfortunately, I've been to New York City to land and take off, but I would love to go see where you guys live. It's just beautiful. I mean, Dave, the pictures you took last week of those houses.
Oh, thank you.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Thanks. I was in the Jamestown area. It wows me every time, Bud, because I wouldn't know that those houses were there unless I could fly over them.
Right.
You know.
There's an update to the game if anybody's wondering. Bills 24, Chiefs 20.
Boo.
Yeah.
Ooh, boo.
You know, I got to say, I think Dave probably holds the record for the most hours above the state. He's just always freaking out there. Everyone else is complaining about the cold. He's like, here's my flights over Providence today, or here I am in Jamestown, or here I am in South County. Oh my God.
Bud, you should come out here, Bud. Come out in the summer.
Yeah, you should.
I would love to.
Yeah.
You're 68 and retired now, Bud. There's no excuses.
Seriously, it'd be cool to meet you. It'd be cool to fly with
Dave, he'll take you to every freaking place we got.
Wait. I have neuropathy in my feet. I can only drive so far, and I hate to fly.
You fly drones.
okay,
What do you
then.
mean you hate to fly?
Yeah, I got neuropathy too,
Okay.
bud. So, but I'm not walking to Illinois.
Airplane.
You
I
got
get
a long
neuropathy
bus
as
ride,
well.
bud. You get a long bus ride.
No,
No,
I'm not walking
I
to
can
Illinois.
take the train.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, train would do all right.
All right, who's got room for me when I come out there?
I got
I
an
do.
extra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody
All right,
comes, we can
24 to
host them.
Something now. KC 2624.
Yes.
Dominic, you've been really vocal tonight.
Yes, I know.
It's been known to happen from time to time.
The strippers must be really good tonight.
It's a ruse
Yeah,
and it's a
very
ruse in there, bud.
His library is very quiet.
I mean, in all seriousness, I've been watching the Australian Open this week in Melbourne, and I'll tell you, I've wanted to go out there before, and now it's just worse. I want to just like hop on a plane and just go there. It's just crazy.
But the one thing I've noticed is they've really gone up with their aerial shots. I must say that the aerial.
And that's what's killing me.
How you doing?
Yeah.
That's what's killing me. I'm like, oh my god, I want to go out there.
I need to find out who's doing it because I'm going to say I can do better.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. We've got.
Ronnie's got a point here.
I can get my Mini 2 out there and I can do better than them. So I'm
I'll
calling
bet you
you
can.
out.
Yep. I would be watching
what you
that
got,
show in a
it's how
hot
you use
minute.
it.
Yep.
Hi, how you doing? Facebook user, if you want to, excuse me, if you'd like to share your name with us, you just have to grant EV Mux a permission. It's in the video description. It's just a permission so they can view your profile picture and your name. If not, no big deal. You can also say who you are in the chat. But hi, how you doing? Now 27-24 KC.
Nice. Go KC.
So I thought it was funny. Yep. Someone said if this turns into a Taylor Swift channel, I'm unsubscribing. What was going on with Taylor Swift? I've been paying attention to the chat tonight, and I have no idea what are you talking about Taylor Swift for.
It's how far down south we fly. We don't quite get to Taylor Swift's house.
Hey Ray, how you doing, Captain?
Hi Ray.
Hey Ray.
Hey Ray.
I think it's
what's going on, Ray?
Isn't she hanging around with one of the Chiefs players?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, the tight end.
Okay, so here's the
Travis Kelce.
Right.
Okay.
Tight end. Okay.
But it gets sickening that when you watch any kind of Kansas City game, they always have to shoot to her. And
oh, I know it's stupid.
I mean, the first couple of times it's like, yeah, whatever. Now it's like,
whatever.
That's why we fly Jay Leno's house and not hers. We don't care about
just hang
right. And Jay likes us, like we said.
Wait. We keep waiting to see Jay Leno's cars outside.
Cool.
Yeah, well, we went to car show.
That's
what we really need, you Ken.
That's all I'm going to say.
Go ahead, bud.
How often is Jay Leno actually in the house?
Not very often.
Idea.
No. I read one article, Bud, and it says he might get there for maybe 3 or 4 car shows a year. There's a car museum in Newport. So if he gets there 3 times a year, that's it. But it's strictly an investment property.
Yeah. Taylor Swift doesn't spend all her time here either.
No,
and
not at all.
I have heard from a lot of the locals that Jay is a very, very, very nice person. He's just like everybody else, and
he's just a regular guy. Yep.
Yeah, I wish I was that kind of regular guy that had a house like that that's just a vacation home.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Paul, you've seen the pictures. Yeah, you've seen the pictures. Fly right out of your master bedroom in the morning with your coffee and your orange juice and scrambled eggs or whatever.
House.
Just fly right along Ocean Drive and.
No, it's not fair because every time I try to go to Ocean Drive and fly near Jay Leno's house, someone loses their drone in someone else's yard, and we have to go find it.
What? What? Who? Where?
Oh, you didn't hear that story, Jim, when he lost his Avada?
With Dave? Oh yeah, between the bluffs that go out.
Yeah.
Man, that was.
Yeah,
I was nervous.
He was there with you for that one.
You know they have guns, and we're going in their yard.
And I wasn't packing mine.
All I saw was anybody who grew up in the '90s probably remembers The Simpsons and Smithers Dogs released the hounds.
Oh, exactly. That's and I was the one going over the wall, and I'm thinking I'm going to get a Doberman and a shotgun put at me or something.
Yeah, Gary makes a good point here. Just a regular millionaire.
Yeah, right.
Millionaire.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's 9 o'clock, so we are going to
The things
conclude
you
the
gotta
show, but
do.
I'm still going to go around and give everyone a chance to say what they want to say and promote what they want to promote. I just, want to thank everybody for the understanding. Had a rough week this week. I'm glad we're still able to get on and have a show and have discussion.
Now, these kind of shows are cool once in a while. I like it.
They are cool.
Yeah.
They're very
Yeah.
cool, Paul.
Well, I didn't want to miss the show,
Mhm.
but I really wasn't at the computer. I was just laid up in bed, and I'm like, well, maybe instead of missing the show, let's just, because I can sit down and have an open discussion. Oh, I didn't know if I was going to be able to sit down. Let me rephrase that. I waited to create the live until I knew that I'd be able to sit in my chair for a while because I was really sore, stretched out in bed
Yeah.
all week, and I'm like, all right, we're going to have a show, but we're going to have an open discussion, and I wasn't even sure of that on Friday.
So you're still pumping up the rubber
Good.
ring below you.
I'm feeling a lot better. The wife really helped me, especially with my arm. The biggest problem was not being able to lift my left arm.
No.
I literally fell and landed like this part of my arm right here
Ouch.
on the corner of the stairs. So when my arm was down, it wasn't bothering me. But as soon as I tried to lift it, I had a massive knot from the muscle there in the arm. And, oh, man, it hurt so bad.
That's not
So,
fun.
yeah.
But you're still young.
Yeah, but I'm fat and I'm disabled. So, I have that going against me,
Sounds like a
Actually,
scene out of
everybody's
it sounds like a scene out of Animal House
I'm
here.
not fat.
Yeah.
I'm not fat. I have the second version of OCD. I
Hey,
don't
bud.
have OCD. I have the second version of that.
Really?
BCD.
Yeah, who was it? Yeah, who was it?
Dean?
Yeah, Dean Wormer. Yeah, fat, drunk, and stupid
Yeah.
is no way to go through life, son.
I wonder how many people didn't even get that joke
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
I know
What
Ken
about
did. Ken got
underweight
it.
and drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
2
well,
out
we'll
of 3
stick
ain't
with
bad.
Ken.
All right. Yeah, nothing going on this week. I threw out this tip a couple of months ago, but for the cold weather, here's a kind of quick tip I do. Got a rechargeable hand warmer from Amazon. Threw it in a lunch bag, one of those insulated lunch pails. Throw my batteries in them. Put the hand warmer on high. That way I can go out and I can fly, keep my batteries warm, and fly in this 20, 15-degree weather. So get out there and fly. Inspire me. I'll try to inspire you guys, and have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
And I appreciate having you here. I know that Ken goes and picks up his son right at 8 o'clock and manages to get home and still come on and be part of the show. I appreciate that. I'm glad
Gotta
that
go, Ken.
drive safe.
Like that.
Dedication.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Be good, Ken.
All right, Ken. Have a good night, brother. Enjoy your week. And we'll go with Bud.
I got nothing. We're under a winter storm advisory tomorrow. Supposed to hit 38 degrees on Thursday. We might actually freeze out, but thanks again, Paul. Appreciate you having me in. Love you guys. Let's fly safe. Let's have fun. And if you're ever in Michigan, go to Journeyman's Distillery. Great whiskey. Thanks. Appreciate it.
And Bud, I'm going to be interested soon in getting one of those automated cat litter boxes that you have. So
Yes.
message me one that you think is a good one. Send me a message.
I got the Rolly one. It
We
works.
can get them on Amazon, Paul, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
take
Bud
a picture of it. It works
know which
great.
one he uses because I know Bud ain't sifting through that thing when he's been drinking his whiskey. He's like, I'll do it.
No. Oh, wait. Heck no.
Yeah. All right, Bud.
thanks,
Have
guys.
a good week, brother.
Yep. See you, kids.
Take it easy, bud.
And Dave.
Alrighty. So yeah, not much flying. As I say, the last time I got out was Friday, but or a week ago Friday. Hopefully it does warm up a little this week. If so, Ken, you've already inspired me, so I'll go fly with you, and Jim and Paul and whoever else is around. Let's do it as soon as we can. So have fun, everybody. Fly safe as usual, and we will see you next week.
All right, Jim. Thank
Stay.
you so much, brother. Appreciate
All
having
right.
you here. Enjoy
Thank
your
you.
week.
You too.
I mean, Dave. I just called him Jim because I was going
You
with Jim.
did.
How you doing, Jim?
Did. I know we're together a lot, and we see each other every week, but, we are different people.
Yeah, we
So,
got to draw the line at the ID somewhere.
Yeah. Anyway, I got nothing to push or promote this week, this month, this year. I just want everyone to get out there, and even though it's cold, there's a lot of good opportunities with the snow. Just got to find that right setting, get out there and do it. And hopefully I'm going to come out with something that I can publish. And with that, we'll catch you all later and keep flying.
All right, Jim. Thank you so much. Appreciate having you here, brother. I hope you enjoy your week. Tell Karen we all said hi.
I
Hey,
will.
that's 2 shows in a row too now. You're about to get a badge, brother.
I'm staying awake.
All right, man. Enjoy your week.
Bye, man.
And Dominic.
Well, it looks like we're going to have our weekly day of summer coming up. So hopefully the weather is kind enough to let me do something. Other than that, the weather's just been absolutely poor. So that's all I need to point out.
Yeah. And make sure you check out Dominic's shop. Make sure you share the link to your shop.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll make sure too if you want. Send me the link again to that. I'll add it to the video description if anybody wants to
Yeah,
find it.
yeah, no worries. I will.
Yeah. All right, I want to remind everybody that mental health is an issue that affects everybody. More people than you realize. And there are people out there who struggle with it and they don't know that they have help that they can reach out and get. If you're one of those people that need help, reach out and get some help. You can dial 988. In an emergency, you can dial 911. You can reach out to your local hospital. If you're religious, you can reach out to your local church. Hopefully, you can reach out to friends and family first. And if not, reach out to people in the community. There are people that are, willing to help, but don't do it alone. I'd like to thank everybody for coming here tonight. Sorry, that we weren't able to put together any content for you besides for the open chat forum, but I think it went well and I enjoyed the show. And maybe we can incorporate more of the, I really like the fact that we were able to get the chat more involved because, I go back and I watch the chat replay every week and I really do miss a lot during the regular show because there's a lot to pay attention to on the screen. So I like to be able to get connected and talk with you guys that way. So it was really good. So appreciate it. I hope everybody has a great week and hopefully you can get out and get some flying because it's cold everywhere. So, hey, Dominic, can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you could hear me or not. So I was thinking about actually starting a business. I wanted to teach short people math. What do you think? Good idea?
Yeah, it could work out.
Yeah, I think a good name for the business would be Making the Little Things Count.